if you pull back and look at this thing, strength versus weakness, a bullet couldn't stop Trump. A virus just stopped Biden. You've got the nominees of this party getting their butts kissed. Biden's getting his butt kicked by his own party. The Democrats are coming apart. The Republicans are coming together.
They are, especially for tonight's big show, where Donald Trump is going to take the RNC stage in the arena just behind us, just a few days after a gunman tried to murder him live on TV, while President Biden, screen right, shuffles off to Delaware, almost unable to make the short steps on Air Force One.
He's got COVID. Yeah, Sean Hannity joins us now. Reaction.
Can I say it's the baby steps? You can't take the big boy steps anymore. But that was not a good look for him.
That was rough.
Well, Operation Dump and Destroy Joe Biden is in full force now, and they are given a full court press to get rid of him. You see it with Obama. He gave the wink and nod, of course, to George Clooney.
Weeks ago.
You see it with Nancy Pelosi. We saw that in the MSDNC interview. Now you see it with Van Jones and people like David Axelrod and James Carville. Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries reportedly said, you got to go. So, you know, what I don't like about this is it's all predicated on a big lie. And the lie is that nobody knew that Joe had cognitive dysfunction. Joe had cognitive dysfunction.
You've been saying it for 4 years.
I said it before the 2020 election. I showed video after video. That's not the first time we saw Joe walk like that. You know, mumble, bumble, stumble, fumble.
So is it fair, Sean, to the voters in the Democratic Party that they said they didn't want him to begin with? The voters did. They wanted a primary. The DNC leadership said, okay, no primary. No debates. He's going to be our nominee. And now when this unfolds, now they want to take the will from the American people and play catch up.
You know, I love what you're saying, and it was a big part of my monologue last night. And it really hits to the heart of this. If democracy is in peril, this is the party that wanted to keep Donald Trump off the ballot in states. If democracy is in peril, this is now the party that wants to disenfranchise millions and millions of Democratic voters that got up and went to the polls and voted for the candidate of their choice, or they didn't vote for Joe Biden, but he has, what, 3,900 of the 4,000 delegates, and they are quick. I've said for a long time, they are the party of coastal elites. You've got the D.C. elites. They think they know better than the people, even in their own party, and they have nothing but contempt for all of us, by the way, just to be clear, or the American people. And then you've got the Nantucket Brigade, led by the Obamas. Then you've got the Hollywood elitists. They have their views, led by George Clooney and company, and no consideration at all whatsoever towards the people.
That's right.
The people that voted, the people in the Democratic Party. They will have no say now in this, because if they come in hard and Joe gives into it, and that's the only question mark that remains. He opened the door a crack. If a medical doctor says that maybe I'm not well enough to run, but that determination already been made.
How long should President Trump's speech tonight? A word is anywhere from 60 to 90 minutes. We might not even mention Joe Biden's name. Do you have a sense, whether you know directly, or do you have a sense, knowing him so well, of what it's going to be like?
But it's a great point. Yeah, I think it's going to be a different speech than maybe he had originally planned. As a matter of fact, I know it is. Yeah. So it's going to be a different speech. When you come within a millimeter of your life, of losing your life, how does that not change you?
Yeah, it does.
I think that brings home, first of all, life is precarious. We're on God's time, not our time. And Donald Trump is no different than anyone else. They have so dehumanized this man and the attacks against him. They have turned him into a caricature, and they don't even want to listen. So they're willing to throw all the rules out the window, disenfranchise their voters because they hate Donald Trump so much. And, you know, let's see how this plays out. I'm not so sure that the people...
Sean, did you see Joy Reid's comments essentially saying that it was a photo op, as if this was all faked, an assassination.
Secret Service gave him 9 seconds to stand up and go fight, 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 and that became iconic.
They did not want him to stand up.
Of course not.
They wanted to carry him out, and he's like, no way. I did have an opportunity to speak to the president, and he told me the whole story, and it hits home hard. It hit his family hard. You guys interviewed Don Jr. By the way, how great was he and his little girl last night? That was a special moment.
And talking about Grandpa, because it humanizes him in such a way. And when you talk about how it was only by the grace of God that we're not at a state funeral today, but you look at how he seems changed, but in your heart, if this were you or I or anybody watching, it'd be like, I am alive today by the grace of God. It's like, if I'm given one more day, what would I do differently? And maybe that's the speech we're going to see.
It may very well be. There's a great country song about one more day, right? It's called that. What would you do? I think Lone Star sings it.
I'm quoting it.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
You're stealing from Lone Star.
They redid it after Dale Earnhardt died. What do you make of it being 6 days since the assassination attempt? Secret Service had to be subpoenaed to go and talk to Congress.
I think it's just the fact that the Secret Service head, Kim Cheadle, has not been fired is a national disgrace. She should be fired. This infuriates me. And I want to make a clear point here. I love Secret Service guys. All of us have met them.
Right.
We know them.
We love them.
We saw the best in the Secret Service that morning, that day. They dove on him. That means shoot me, don't shoot him. That is the best of the best. No greater love, right, have a man than to lay down their life for another. And we saw that on full display. And I admire all of them, but this is where it goes wrong. 130 yards away, I'm sorry, that's a layup shot for anybody. You don't have to be a marksman to make that shot. The fact that he's alive today and the fact, I would say, angels or God turned his head at that exact moment saved his life. And and here's another thing about this. Where are the Democrats?
That's right.
Why are they not outraged? Why are they not speaking out, saying what happened here? What, because it's Donald Trump that got shot and not Joe Biden? I don't want any politician shot. I don't want Joe Biden to have COVID. I want him to recover. I don't want anybody sick from COVID. I've lost friends from COVID.
Well, Sean Hannity, we're going to see you tonight at 9 o'clock, if that's okay.
How do you guys get
up? And then throughout the night.
How do you guys get up this early? I'd like to know.
Because we are going to be done for the day in 18 minutes.
Is that right? 18 minutes? And what are your plans, Steve? Is it called a bar? Or?
No, I'm going to go have breakfast
I'm
with
glad you mentioned that because
after this.
Watch this.
Well, it turns out I could use a beer.
Right.
And I'm very curious.
It is lunchtime.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.